Everyone, and welcome. What a great day, and what a great turnout. To start us off tonight, I'd like to ask the school's chaplain, and you really have to be quiet because he's the school's chaplain. I'd like to ask the school's chaplain, Jeff Lewis, to join me and to start us off with a blessing.
Good evening. The Lord be with you. Let's pray. O God, creator and sustainer of us all, we ask your blessing on this meal tonight and all those who prepared and served it for us. We also ask your blessing on this gathering as we come together to cherish our connections with each other and with Salisbury School. May this be a time of deepening bonds of affection between classes and between generations. May we use this time to rekindle old stories, deepen our appreciation for the present, and fill us with gratitude for the future and gratitude for all the blessings of our life. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, we have some celebrating to do tonight and some awards to get out. Can I have your attention, please, for a few minutes? While I still have a voice and while there's a little bit of light on the podium so we can read what we have to do. Thank you. First of all, we're very glad that you all came back today. Hope that you all had a chance to attend some of the events, the headmaster's address, perhaps for the cross game, or get behind the wheel at Lime Rock. I know there's some video of some folks whose hair was straight up and who were pretty white getting on their cars, but it looked like a lot of fun. We also would like to remember tonight those classmates, friends, alumni who are no longer with us. We recognize them today in the service of remembrance. But we're not done celebrating. Tonight we want to recognize and honor a number of wonderful Salisbury men who have made a difference here and made a difference in the lives of others. We have a number of awards to give out, culminating with the school's highest honor, the Salisbury Medal. Before we begin, we'd like to recognize those members of the great class of 1948. These gentlemen have come back to celebrate their 65th reunion. Dick Gillespie, George Beavers, and Anton Shiffenhaus. Welcome back, gentlemen. We have a wonderful turnout from the class of 1963, celebrating their 50th reunion. Today we welcomed them into the half-century club at a lunch at the headmaster's house and gave them each a Salisbury Vineyard Vines necktie in celebration of their 50 years since they left Salisbury. I'd like to have a round of applause for Bob Bell, Guy Breckenridge, Joe Brown, Rick Childs, Jim Clark, Dave Briggs, George Finley, Jim Millar, Carl Pettit, Virgil Schutze, Tim Thompson, and Hans Bachmeister. And you know it's a great reunion when the young guys come back. We got a great turnout from the class of 2008, celebrating their 50th reunion. Would you give a hand, please, for Reed Austin, Matt Pataglia, Kyle Beatty, Trevor Brown, Peter Callahan, Jared Apart, Mike Driscoll, 40 Gates, Alex Holder, Augustus Jenkins, August Mortimer, Jake Sarosi, John Strong, Kevin Sullivan, and Sean White. And I apologize if I missed anybody. You know, it's really wonderful that two classes separated by 60 years are under the same tent this evening celebrating. The boarding school life is unique. It's one that bonds all of us together from the classes of 1948 to 2008 and everyone in between. Now when you stop and think about it, there are some similarities between these classes at boarding school if you were here, say, in the 1980s. And if you're a boarding school student in 2013, just a few. In the 1980s, if you're a boarding school, there's a phone, one phone at the end of the hall. In 2013, you had your own cell phone, but many choices. Tough choices: do I call, do I text, do I email, do I tweet? In the 1980s, there was study hall too often. In 2013, there was study hall too often. In the 1980s, at boarding school, you got demerits for swearing. In 2013, you know how to swear in 6 languages. In the 1980s, your best friend at boarding school is from your hometown. In 2013, your best friends from California, Seoul, and Hong Kong. In the 1980s, there are lots of dogs on campus. There's a black Labrador retriever with a red bandana. There was a rumor that somebody was expelled for feeding Jack Daniels. Today, there are lots of dogs on campus, and they're all sober. In the 1980s, when it snowed 4 feet, we still had school at Salisbury. In 2013, when it snows 4 feet, Salisbury still has school because we're tough. Hotchkiss and Berkshire closed at 2 feet. Garnery and Avon closed at a foot. In 1980, it was lights out at 11. In 2013, it was internet out at 11. So, let's get on to the awards. To recognize Salisbury's class agents and to present an award to the class agents from the milestone reunion years, those ending in 3s and 8s, who generated the largest class turnout, plus the largest annual support. I'd like to ask Julie Zahn, Salisbury's Alumni Relations Director, to join me. We feel it's important to recognize the hard work that these classes do, and in particular the class agent. And for that class that had the greatest turnout in people, combined with the greatest contributions to this year's annual fund, it's no surprise, it's the 50th reunion class of 1963. Virgil, would you come up, please?
Julie.
We have a gift for Virgil. We are very pleased to present Virgil, an all-expense foursome at the Fall Classic Golf Tournament at the Country Club of Fairfield this September 30th. You can find out with your buddies who's going to be the other 3.
I will do that.
Virgil will be holding point on his alchemy academic. Next, we'd like to thank and recognize all class agents. If you are a class agent for your class, if you're one of those hardy souls who made phone calls and cajoled and twisted arms, would you please come up and let Julie give you a Salisbury blanket? If you're a class agent, come on up. Thank you all. Next, I'd like to ask Susan Auchincloss. We need your attention for a little bit longer, guys. Ladies. I'd now like to ask Susan Auchincloss, Salisbury's Annual Fund Director, to join me in the presentation of Salisbury's newest award, the Loyalty and Honor Award. This award will be given each year to 2 classes from the last 50 years. We're not discriminating against the older classes. They are already in the half-century club. These are classes, 2 classes in the last 50 years, who will be recognized for the highest annual fund donor participation, and the other will be recognized for the highest dollar donor participation. Both classes will be added to an award which will be on a plaque that will hang in the main hall, or excuse me, the hallway of the main. This year, we would like to honor the class of '82 for 46% participation and the class of 1967 for raising $71,000. Thank you, one and all. We need representatives. Here comes Ray. Thank you. As many of you know, as everyone in the classes of 2000 and 2012 knows very well, Salisbury participated in February in a 4-week competition against Berkshire, Hotchkiss, Westminster, Avon, Gunnery, and Taft to see which school could have the most annual fund gifts from its young alumni from the classes of 2000 and 2012. Each week, each school reported its results online. Each class was captained by a classmate who called, texted, tweeted, emailed each class member for support. The competition was truly fierce and very public with all schools. We had parties in Boston and New York. There was a big presence on the website, so everybody at all 7 schools knew exactly what was going on. And when the dust settled, Salisbury finished second, only behind Taft, for adding the most gifts from young alumni. Did I mention we finished ahead of Berkshire, Westminster, Hotchkiss, and to make it even better, of all the schools, we finished in first place for dollars raised by these young alumni. We had already sent each of the captains a Salisbury belt, but I just wanted to share their names for a round of applause. From the class of 2000, Kevin Grady; 2001, Pete Gross; 2002, Brian Benji and Toby Atkins; 2003, Winter Mead, who is here; Steve Lunau, Alex Meek, and Paxton Ramsdale; 2004, Ted Ahrens and Johnny Bates; 2005, Wells Ross; 2006, Jeremiah Cunningham and Brad Wertz; 2007, Patrick Powers, who's here; Alex Holder and Mike Driscoll from 2008; 2009, Alan Kelsey; 2010, Chris Hansen; and 2011, Gabe Antoni. Thank you, guys. That was just a remarkable. Of these classes, they all did a great job. Pete Gross, from class of 2001, elevated his class to a 40% participation in the annual fund. It's just remarkable. And Ted Ahrens and Johnny Bates, in class of 04, weren't far behind at 36%. Again. We now come to the part of the evening, and the part of the year that where we award the school's highest awards, the Headmaster's Award and the Salisbury Medal. And for this very important duty, I'd like to call on Salisbury's headmaster, Chiz Chan.
Those of you who know my wife Tracy, you know that she's really the brains of the operation. She just leaned over a few minutes ago and said, "Chiz, you can't have a 3-hour cocktail party and not expect them to be a little rowdy at dinner." She's right on the money, so cheers. I'm not going to be up here for very long, but I do have the great pleasure of recognizing 3 gentlemen for awards tonight. And the first is called the Headmaster's Award. And it gives me great pleasure to recognize a fine Salisbury gentleman, a guy who I've known for many, many years, on the occasion of his 25th reunion. Ian Finley has never been one to take the slow lane in life. From Salisbury to Trinity College, where he was captain of the ski team and was a member of Dutch's beloved St. Anthony's Hall, Ian has always been a busy man and has always been leading. Married to wife Lynn and the father to what I hope is a future Crimson Knight, Ian also has the energy and enthusiasm to take on the role of entrepreneur, lead his company, Lightwire Inc., an information and tech services company in the greater Boston area. And while we congratulate Ian on his personal and professional successes, we are really here tonight to honor him for his service to his class and his school. because he has been an incredible alumni volunteer these last 25 years. He started soon after graduation and over the years has participated in phone-a-thons and cajoled classmates to come back for reunions time and time again. 5 years ago, and you boys were talking about it tonight at our cocktail party, it was a hot June weekend and you all gathered down just north of us on the docks of the lake with your dogs and wives and kids to celebrate your 20th. And here you are again. Ian, on behalf of your classmates and a grateful school, congratulations. Please come up and accept the 2013 award. Now we come to the awarding of the Salisbury Medal. And tonight we have two winners, two extraordinary gentlemen that I'd like to recognize. And this is the highest honor that we award each year. And it is a rare privilege to recognize these men and their service to Salisbury School over the years. To honor Salisbury family and community with exemplary service is at the heart of the Salisbury Medal, and I'm so pleased to have both of these gentlemen here tonight. The first is Nathaniel B. Day, class of 1956, the gentleman to my right. Nat Day spent 3 years on the Salisbury Hilltop, arriving from Shore Hills, New Jersey. He was nicknamed Thebes and worked hard at his studies and lettered in hockey all 3 years. An undergraduate degree from Lehigh and a successful business career followed, including his role as Senior Vice President at FactSet Research Systems, Inc. More important, over the years, Nat has devoted himself to the betterment of numerous nonprofit organizations, and the list is long. Healthcare Chaplaincy, Fountain House, the Boys and Girls Club of Greenwich, Literacy Volunteers of Stanford and Greenwich, and the Breast Cancer Alliance, which his wonderful wife Lucy co-founded. Nat has also given great support to the Bruce Art Museum in Greenwich, Connecticut. He has a long distinguished service record, giving back to others, and while he is incredibly modest, and those of you who know that is really the truth, I think tonight is an important night to celebrate what he has done for his school. And he has certainly not forgotten along the way of his wonderful life, his roots on the Salisbury Hilltop, and we are oh so grateful. Lucy and Nat have visited the campus often and taken a real interest in the school, especially these past few years, and extended their generosity to Salisbury so that others will have the opportunities that he had so many years ago. On behalf of a grateful school and alumni body, Nat, we are very proud of your contributions to your family, to your community, to all those organizations that I just mentioned, and certainly to Salisbury School. You are a most deserving winner of the Salisbury Medal. Congratulations.
I'm just so flattered, so honored, and so excited to get this award. That there's so many of you who probably have done at least as much as I have. I am so glad to be able to participate at Salisbury. I came here and learned a lot, and they've been very helpful to me. I'm glad to be helpful to them. I think one of the most important things, giving back to charities, giving back to institutions like Salisbury, if you look at them over a few years and see what they're doing with the funds that they have, and they're doing well, you feel, gee, it's great to give to an organization that runs it so well. That's why I'm so excited. One of the reasons I'm so excited about Salisbury. Just look at the architecture. I mean, when I was here, it was just a kind of this and a that. If that. And anyway, but, you know, they have just, it is so pleasing to look at. When you come to the hilltop, it's still the hilltop, it's gorgeous, and the school has expanded, but not overexpanded. It just seems to be doing everything just right. And it's a thrill to be able to give something back to the school. I'm thrilled to do it. I want to continue to do it, and I encourage everybody to get involved and give to Salisbury. It's a wonderful school. Thank you.
Our second Salisbury Medal winner is Anton Shiffenhaus, class of 1948. Anton entered Salisbury in September of 1945 after 2 years at Newark Academy. And 3 years later, Headmaster George Langdon wrote the following about Anton. He is attractive, personable, and has all the potential necessary for a well-rounded schoolboy. He has good aptitudes and occasionally shows flashes of real intellectual interest. Thanks, Headmaster. Shiffenhaus is also a good athlete. He was captain of the varsity football team and played varsity basketball. He was a member of the Dramatic Society, and he's a pretty good public speaker, too. Those were Reverend Langdon's words. Anton graduated from Franklin Marshall in '53 with a degree in history and embarked on a highly successful business career, culminating in his role as president of Shiffenhaus Packaging in Newark, New Jersey. During Anton's tenure, the 500-employee company celebrated its 100th anniversary while remaining a very unique anomaly in American business, a company that was run for 4 generations by the Shiffenhaus family. Truly a business success story. Anton's devotion to family is long and deep, beginning with his wife Joan and 8 children. Anton's brother Larry is a member of the class of '47. His grandson Stephen attended Salisbury, as did Larry's grandson Brendan Gilson. In addition to his role in a large family spread across the country, Anton has served in leadership positions on numerous boards, including the Provincetown Art Association, the Provincetown Repertory Theater, the Morristown Beard School, and of course, Salisbury. With all of his family and business and nonprofit activity, Anton still managed to develop a deep and abiding interest in the arts, including music, performing arts, and ceramics. He's a wonderful artist. Anton's nickname at Salisbury was Shifty. And while I don't know its true origin, and I've never asked, it might have something to do with Anton's 1948 yearbook quote, which read, "Those that move easiest have learned to dance." Anton has served on our Board of Trustees for many, many years. He is as good a guy as they come. He is a wonderful friend. And Anton, it is a great, great, great pleasure to recognize you this evening. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you, everybody. Well, in word of this award, Chiz said to me that he'd like me to say something about what Salisbury meant to me. Now, I just want all of you to think for a moment how you would answer that question. What did Salisbury mean to me? I know for me, my character was set in the school. I don't know exactly what date it happened or what single event occurred that made this difference in my life, but I know that here was the foundation for the rest of my life. And that's the opportunity that this school gives you. Not simply on its buildings, not on its beautiful location, but on the character of the people who we entrust our children to and who guided us through our life. I know that all of us, were becoming something as we went through this school. And I remember this, and I hope you do too, what we were becoming was us. Thank you for this honor.
There's a picture. Gotta get that one. Get that one.
Please enjoy the rest of the evening, and now, as Tracy predicted, you can really get ready.